Thank you for tuning in to Miss Tracy and Clarity today. How do you transform from the ordinary to the extraordinary? God and God alone. We can see the greatness in our minds, but how do we get there? It's not an overnight journey. God will simply put his super on your natural if you'll let him. You can't believe there's a God and not be saved. You have to be baptized before anything begins. Mom and dad can fill in a million blanks for you before you leave their front door. You can operate on the free game of the world. Yet, there are blanks only God himself will and can fill. That's what makes us extraordinary. Prodigies are gifted children. I adore their maturity and their gifts. Yet some of us are late bloomers. Or are we? My generation was definitely born for such a time as this. We remember the analog days very well, and we have transitioned into the digital world even better. We understand merit and true grit. We had to get it out the mud for real. There wasn't any copy and paste days for us. It's all convenient now for these rug rats of today. My daughter is making $19 at 19 years old. I was making a whole $7.50 at 19. In 1996, I don't feel sorry for none of these youngins. Let me get back on track though. Extraordinary, which means unusual or remarkable. God says his people are peculiar. Peculiar means strange and odd, unusual. Children of God are supposed to do things you've never seen or thought of before. God's ways are higher than your ways. God's thoughts are higher than your thoughts. Always was, is, and will be. Why wouldn't you want to tap into that? God got free game on top of free game. Ask for wisdom and he'll give it. That's what the words say. Ask the question, he'll give you the answer. Bring the problem, he'll give you the solution. If I come across something new academically, I tell myself, if it can be taught, it can be learned. I ask God for understanding. I face things where I didn't have a clue where to begin, yet God made it make sense. Children of God are supposed to excel. We're supposed to rise to the top. We're supposed to succeed. How are you going to lead people if you don't know how? A leader has to go beyond the realms of his or her peers. It gets scary because people look at you like what you doing and why. They can see your wings even when you can't. You just have to trust God. You have to read to lead. You can only go as far as your mind. Expand your mind, expand your boundaries. God is a wonder, and so are you. Your latter is supposed to be greater than your former. Cooperate with your transformation. You can't and shouldn't be the same OG you were back then. Nah, we got to grow up and boss up, ladies and gents, because I'll tell you now, the days for walking in the spirit are over. We need to be running. The devil is orchestrating all kind of military camps and all that all over. The powers that be are after a communist state of mind. Everybody move the same and do the same things day in and day out. No. Freedom will slip away if children of God don't get in position and do it quickly. This is the time where we can't get somebody else to do it. You can't get nobody else to do it. We got to do it. These are dark days we're living in. This is not normal. This is not normal. I don't even want to discuss this new normal agenda. But once upon a time, you were ordinary like everybody else. You knew and felt the pain and frustration of the world like everybody else. Yet you were feeling it because God wanted you to do something about it. That's when you'll become extraordinary in God's eyes and everybody else's eyes. because it'll be God giving you the grace, mercy, and favor to do just that. So let him come in quickly. Quickly. If you have any comments about today's episode, you can contact me at uniquelyt77@gmail.com. That's UNIQUELYTEE77@gmail.com. Godspeed.